Hello, welcome to our second Supper Love Sunday. And I tell you, Nece, the Healthful Dad, has been cooking up a mad mess in this kitchen. Mess being good, of course, a happy mess. But I'm Nece with the Molly Sunshine Group, and we love delivering not only goodness in food, but goodness in relationships, because let's face it, we are all working really hard every day, but yet we don't necessarily always make the time to work on our relationships. Well, here in Supper Love Sunday is when we actually do that. Today we are actually, Dan is going to be putting in the bananas right now, and he'll be doing that soon, but we're going to enjoy the meal together as we ask one another questions about one another to see how they would answer. Both Dan and myself, we haven't seen each other's questions. Only our son Tyler, and that was Tyler in the background. He's our AV guy today. He's our oh, there you go. Sorry, 8-year-old, you just turned 8.
And he's enjoying some of the fish that we had left over, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is about husband and wife, you know, your partners, but it is all about family too. And so today, Dan, you're going to put the bananas in, right?
I am. I'm giving them about 1 more minute, so keep going. I'll be right around.
Okay, and then we'll get started eating. I hope you really enjoyed the recipes, and if it's something that you really enjoy after our dialogue here today, we want you to send it to your friends, because we're the average of the 10 people we spend the most time with. Think about the couples you spend the most time with. Are they really great individuals that fill you up and then also make a difference in their lives? Everybody has a bad day. Let's face it, we do. We all have bad days. But are there couples that really work together to enhance, support, and really lift you up? Not those that really say, hey, let's get together and let's just complain about our husbands. Or the guys getting together like, let's just complain about our wives. That's not what Supper Love Sunday is all about. So Dan, tell us about what you made here and what you recommend to those who are watching right now.
Well, as I'm about to dig in here, basically what we made was, I'll show you. You know, it's just what we prepared. It's what we showed you. It's what you sat down and did with, you know, husband and wife did. We have a spring salad with feta cheese, some chopped walnuts, sliced strawberries. I like to slice them as this. You slice them like this in nice thin strips, or you can just quarter them and put them on there. And we made the raspberry vinaigrette to put on top of it. Now the fish, snapper, and we just did some olive oil, simple rub. Olive oil, some chopped garlic, put it over top, put some dill over top, put it over top of a bed of sliced navel oranges, put it over top, and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. Now what I did, it didn't quite work out so well, is I took the foil and folded it up at top, and it didn't cook very fast. So I had to undo the top and let it open to help the fish cook a little better, and that's what it did. I did not want to serve my wife this raw fish. Although, you know, we do sushi from time to time.
And have insurance policies.
It would not be Supper Love Sunday serving her raw fish with her running to the bathroom.
But I do love sushi. Sushi is good too. That'll be another Supper Love Sunday. But what I love, you know, when Dan realized that, I told him how much of that is just like relationships. We think we just got it right, and then something goes wrong. It is so telling of just relationships in general. We can't read each other's minds, although that might be good, it might not be good at times.
It wouldn't be good.
For Supper Love Sunday. So let's get started. Dan, I mean, I've actually really dug into my salad, and I've never had this dressing before. I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, this is just so good. And Dan just picked up his wine glass at, there is St. Pinot Day at Penswood Winery this weekend. We love Penswoods, we love Andy, we love Carly, we love the whole family behind Penswood's Winery. And what we went actually last year, right, to their first annual, and they had green wine, and not only was it green, it was absolutely delicious. I know tomorrow night they're having a pairing with it at Harvest, and it's sold out. This weekend, they're keeping it open. It's going to be a bash. So if you don't have anything to do, Come join us at Penswoods Winery. You'll have so much fun for the entire family.
Absolutely. You know, it was we got there last year. You know, we played some baseball. It was a beautiful spring day. Had some green wine. You know, Tyler's running around. We were playing games, music. It was fantastic. I can't tell you. I'm just enjoying having this meal right now because I can tell you how hungry I am.
But I want to get to the questions.
From the man speaking.
Exactly. I want to get to the questions because Tyler is the only one who has seen both of these, and the reactions in his face was really priceless. So let's get started. And when we ask one another the questions, we want you to press pause and ask one another these questions too as you watch, because you might grow in places that you just never knew. Oh, I'm sorry, did I just say that? Anyhow, let's focus on the book. When Dan and I were first dating, you know, I was dating so many people, I'm like, oh my gosh, how many toads can a woman kiss? And they just started turning to princes. But Dan, he turned to a prince. And at night we would read, and of course this was before marriage, we were laying in bed, we would read these questions and we'd ask each other questions, and he wouldn't think I was all weird and whacked out. That's a plus. Be yourself, people, right? No matter what. And this book came back out when we started doing these type of things. So I picked 4 questions, and he does the same thing, on parts that concentrate on values, the past, love, and behaviors. So there's 4 sections that we kind of look through this book to find questions that maybe we would want the answers to, or just interested to see how he or she might answer them. So, Dan, may I start?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So, looking at your values, we've been married 10 years now. It's coming up on 10 years. Which person do you respect the most in the world, and why? Actually, it doesn't have to be me. Who would it be?
What person do I respect the most in the world, and why? Wow.
Maybe I shouldn't have started with such a deep question.
That is really deep. You know, it's you know, I gotta say, you know, luckily when she was kissing me, I didn't turn into a princess because that would have been awkward.
You look good in a dress.
Yeah,
you have good legs.
Lampshade is better than a dress. Anyway.
Better you than me.
Yes. So.
Don't avoid the question. Answer it.
I'm trying to answer it. You know, there's so many people in this world that I truly do respect, and you know, it's running through my head. It's, you know, is it a public figure? Is it a well-known person? Is someone not so well-known, like a friend of mine?
You're stalling.
I am stalling, but it's giving me time to think. That's called a stall tactic to help think. It's a debate thing. You know, you sit there, you think, you know, so you talk about.
Be quiet and listen.
Yes. So, you know, currently, today I read an article about Cory Booker, who is the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. And I always get, you know, it's like it's Newark, you know, Newark, Delaware, Newark, New Jersey. But he is the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. And basically what he's doing in Newark, New Jersey is he's turning the city around. For years and decades, Newark, New Jersey was a thriving industrial city 8 miles out of New York City. And then it just hit the skids. And corruption with politicians led to the city, you know, falling on hard times. Crime, murders, this and that. He's turning this around, and he's doing it by getting to the people, and he's getting out there as mayor. He is saying, you know what, you want to tweet me? Tweet me. Hey, there's a light out at 5th Avenue and 8th Street. All right, I'm on it. You know what, you got hit by Hurricane Sandy and you don't have a house? Come stay with me and my family. You can sleep here and we'll cook you dinner. And he's doing these type of things that get out with the people and be one with them and bringing the city back. And they just celebrated, believe this or not, a couple months ago, they celebrated their first month. This is actually a really good stat. First month without a homicide in over 50 years.
Wow.
You know, so this is what this man is doing, and with Senator Lautenberg in New Jersey giving up his seat next term, well, the guy's going to be 90 years old. Go have some fun at 90, will you? Go down to the Keys, live it up, have a margarita, do all that good stuff. But he's going to run for this open seat. You know, we'll hope that he gets there and gets this seat. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, who who I respect right now.
And a lot of times when we look at who we respect, it really is telling about who we are as individuals. And I see some of the stuff you were doing with Healthful Dad. It's something you're passionate about. You're very transparent. This is who I am. Love me or leave me. Come join what we're trying to do. You know what? We challenge you. What are you trying to do? What kind of legacy are you trying to live? Because yes, we're being a little bit more public in this regards, but it's to challenge you as a couple, as individuals. You may not have the power of helping Newark, New Jersey, but you know what? You have the power of helping your community. So, Dan, what question do you have to ask me?
No, I'm not choosing values, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Use a different one. See what happens.
Okay.
We'll have another episode to get the other values of what he wants to ask me.
So I'm going to ask you behaviors.
Behaviors.
Okay.
Okay.
And it is, do you prefer to work all alone or in a group, and why?
It's a great question. I think everyone should ask themselves that question, especially if you're in transition or thinking of, yes, here's Maggie down here. You can't see her, but she's clip-clopping down here, hoping something drops from our plates.
It's either that or she wants to go outside and chase a squirrel. Squirrel!
It's simple things in life. You know, I would say a mixture of both, and I know that's not answering the question, but there's times that I love leading alone and leading through projects, through ideas, through conception, through whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, and then immobilizing it through people. So there's only 3% of the people in the world that are whole brain thinkers, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm encouraging you to tap into that. But the right brain is actually the ones that are creative, socially, really working collaboratively. The left is analyzing, working individually, and seeing how things work. Well, those who are whole brain thinkers, it's hard to answer that question because they know when to tap into what to strengthen them. I know I was leading sales rep for a high-end bank, and they're doing great, and I still love them. But I was working individually and going into different universities at the time. And I didn't feel like a part of the team, and it was tough for me. Yes, I was off the charts with sales, but I didn't feel purposeful. So I need the team. Not everybody does, and that's okay too. So I'd say both. You know, it depends on the task, it depends on the charge, and it depends. Because without you, Dan, or without Tyler, like, I would feel empty. You know, it's that team, staying with at the work environment. I love being an entrepreneur, but I love working on teams with fellow colleagues. Think about that. What do you want? Are you happy where you are? Where are you happy with what you are? And where do you want to go? Because 5 years from now, it's important where you want to be. Yeah, if you're wondering where Dan's hand is and you can't see it right now, it's on the dog, not on me. Yes, that would be the dog. All right.
Not that kind of video.
So, yeah. So, you just did behaviors.
Yes.
I did values. So, Tyler said, when he read this question, he said, oh, this is not a kid question. I don't understand it. And I don't know if Daddy will either. So, hopefully that said,
because I'm a simple kind of man.
And you know
then
what?
I can't sing, but
but neither can I. And you know what? That's a great point. You are a simple man. I'm a little bit more complex.
No,
here's proof we have the dog.
Hi, girl. How you doing?
But he's a simple man, and I'm a little bit more complicated. But it's accepting him for his simplicity.
Down you go.
Because that's what makes it work. So Maggie sit. Okay. So here's the question. Love. They do not love who do not show their love. Do you agree? William Shakespeare said this in Two Gentlemen of Verona. They do not love who do not show their love. Do you agree? It's pretty deep. Simple man.
I got set up tonight, folks. Let me tell you. I cooked. I got, I'm sitting there chopping, almost chopped my fingertips off, and I'm set up.
Actually, I just want to eat.
No softballs here. Wow. Goodness gracious. Can I read it?
Yes.
Okay. They do not love who do not show their love. Do I agree? William Shakespeare, you're a great writer, but I'm not liking you right now.
So the question really is if you don't show love,
You have
can you still love without showing your love?
I'd say yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, there are people that aren't capable of showing their emotions. You know, it's you know, it could be a physical disability, you know, whatever it may be. So they might not be able to physically show their love through, you know, happiness or tears or whatever it may be. But it's there, and they want to present love, and they find ways to present their love. Now, if you're looking at, you know, the majority of people that can show emotion and show their love, I would say they're capable of it. It's just having someone else to help them find it and help bring that out. For me, I like showing my love. I like, you know, giving hugs in the morning, hugs in the evening, and, you know, kisses. And I actually see here that Maggie was jumping up on my lap, and, you know, she was showing me that, hey, I love you. It was either that or she has to go outside and go poo. So I'm hoping right now, while we're filming this, that it was that, you know, she just wanted to come up and say, hi, I love you. Remember, I'm here. So if not, you know, we're going to have to hurry up and get over to the door, and I'll be right back. So that's what I'm going to say with that.
And I think if I can expand upon, it's also getting to know your partner, because I'll be quite forward. You don't kiss me out in public. You don't show any PDA, public display of affection. You don't. I would love to, but he's like, yo,
I'm going to get the bananas out.
Okay. That's code word. Just kidding.
That's code word for I'm out of here.
But it's those kind of things. Like, this is our vulnerability, and vulnerability is one thing that I am so grateful. 5 years ago, Dan would not even have conceptualized this whole thing. He had to grow and journey on his own. I didn't make him into anything. He chose the journey in which he's on. You know, you may be watching this with your partner right now thinking, oh, I don't feel loved. I don't feel that I'm shown love. Or I have 3 kids. I'm so tired. Don't even show me love. But you know what? Talking about what that is important, because Dan's kiss to me in the morning means goldness to me, and I choose to see it as such because I know I get that every morning. You know, maybe it's looking at what kind of traditions you want to start in your own family to kind of really as a reminder of, man, I am lucky, and where can we move forward with love? Your turn.
I'm going to go back to this book and see what else I can find. Actually, I'm going to find a different book, you know, and find something else here.
Okay, what's your third question?
So that one was which one? So we did
that
values, we did love, we did behaviors, and that leaves me with past. Okay?
Okay.
Deep one.
Oh,
really deep. You got to get prepared for this one. Yes.
Breathe in.
Yep.
I'm ready.
You're gonna want more than green wine after this question.
Bring it.
Yes. Past. Did anyone ever read you bedtime stories? What was your favorite? I get who in the world do you respect the most, and I'm giving her what was your favorite bedtime story? Really?
But it's really hard. You know, truthfully, I went back to my college days, but then I'm like, ooh, that's not appropriate. No, childhood. Actually, there are a few things, and I'm very grateful for my mother. She saved a few books that she knew I cherished, and we read together, and I read by myself, too. And I would say, actually, I've given it to Tyler as well. And I'm going to run over here. I think it's over in the bookshelf. I'm going to come right back.
I'm going to do shadow puppets.
I'm back.
Okay. Sorry, okay.
But this is something, I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is something that I had as a child, and there were little books in here. And Tyler has enjoyed them as well. But ironically, I picked up The Elves and the Shoemaker. My father actually owned a baby shoe manufacturing company, so it's ironic that I pick up this one. But it's all, it says the treasure chest of books. So it has all these Sleeping Beauty, Mother Goose, you know, Peter Rabbit. So it has all these wonderful tales that kind of took you away. And they were perfect bedtime stories too, because they were short enough when the parents were tired, but I didn't know they were tired. They were just being there in short doses before I went to bed. So I'd say this is one of them. But then Tyler also got, it's a collection of 4 books. It's got God-related books about what's happy and what's, where are you going?
Bananas.
All right, Dan's checking on the bananas again. Oh, just kidding. Tyler just brought them here to us. Thank you, Tyler. But it's called God's Wonderful World, and it's every day is different. Friends are all around us. We can be so happy and lovely things to look for. So, you know, the things that we teach our children, I guess maybe that was what he was going for. You know, maybe what we share is to our children early on is really what is at our core throughout our life. And these are the things that my mom read to before prayers and things like that. So, Dan, are you able to join us?
Yes, here's the baked bananas.
Oh, it looks great. That looks delicious. I know Tyler's going to be like, do I need to wait until this is
I'm
over?
going to dish it out and I'll be right back over.
No. Good things come to those who wait. So, here you go. We did the past, right, Dan? We did the values. We did love.
Correct.
Are we missing anyone? How about this?
That was all 4 categories. We just haven't asked each other all of our questions.
Well, I have one more because I think this is important. And this is what we'll end on, because of course we're having bananas that are just amazing. But the question is, and Dan is putting them, he's dishing up the bananas as we speak. But the question is, complete this sentence, Dan. If I start to feel a little sad, I blank to cheer myself up.
When I start feeling sad, I blank to start doing a jig in our little window. No, I put in some music, and I just, you know, and it helps me get through, and I love it, and it just helps me. So yes, let me. So we're gonna do something not so healthy for.
Oh my gosh, the Healthful Dad is putting chocolate syrup on the bananas.
It's just a little bit.
It's on video, Dan.
It sure is.
But Dan will tell you, the Healthful Dad, that it's good to splurge every now and again. Because when you splurge in those moments, it's really the goodness.
And honestly, folks, the amount I put on there was minimal.
It was minimal, but
And I really do a jig.
yes.
So let me. Am I going to ask you one more question?
Yes, and before you go though, I think it's really important for men to be aware of when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling angry. You know, you don't have to hold it all in. Like when you're sad, and this is tough because women, they're full of emotions. There's ups, downs, all around. You know, you can have that too. You know, there's nothing saying that you always have to be the rock. No, being that vulnerability, saying, Molly, I'm feeling sad right now, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling really, you know, whatever I'm feeling at this point, it opens up the conversation, not for, well, why are you feeling that way? Don't be that woman. You know what I mean?
Please don't.
So what's the last question before we turn off?
Okay, it's between love or values. Which one do you want?
Okay, I'm going to call a friend from the audience. Which one?
Values.
Values.
Okay, values it is. Did you ever cheat in school?
Really? My 8-year-old wants the answer.
Hey, you can hear him giggling away.
I remember I was in 5th grade and I had a pack of tissues and I used a pen, and yes, I'm giving you strategies, but to code different answers for different things on my pack of tissues so that I would get the answer to the questions right in the test. So did I? Yes. But I think I should get points for creativity. Did I get caught? No. But can I tell you how guilty I felt after I did that? Did I cheat again? No. And I think that's the thing. When you cheat, it's either you do it again or you're like, you have that guilt. I had the guilt because I wasn't helping myself and I knew that.
And you probably couldn't cheat again because you probably used up all your tissues.
Yes. But the thing is, I knew the teacher was kind of looking over my shoulder while I was doing that. I bet you any money the teacher knew. God bless you.
Really, literally, God bless you.
But oh, you are just too funny.
I'm here on Fridays.
So I hope you enjoyed the questions that came along with Supper Love Sunday. And yes, we're very transparent, we're very honest, we're very open. But you know what? We only do this because we want you as couples to continue to grow together. Because 5 years from now, we want you to ask yourself, where do you want to be as a couple? Because every 5 years, I think we should all be asking ourselves that. Even every anniversary, how are we doing? What do we need to shift? Because if we don't make time for one another, it's hard to make time for others. So Tyler, our tech guy, let's sign off and good luck and have a happy Supper Love Sunday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That too.